Shalom, Rakatha Yahweh, Rakatha Yahweh Shai, Rakatha Yahweh, Rakatha Yahweh Shai, Rakatha Yahweh, Rakatha Yahweh Shai, call Halon Yulai Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakah Kadash. Double honors to the apostles, the elders of Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutations to those for the elect. It's Brother Azariah with the peace. Brother Azariah, back with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Shai, by Hashem Rakah Kadash, Lord willing. This lesson is edifying. Got a video clip I want to play. Something I was just speaking on through the spirit the other day. All right, let's see.
About this, I didn't know how to say without the video getting struck down, but because it's not my words, we're okay. Let's move on because I wanted to talk about it.
I don't know if I can get this to Yeah. Okay. Make sure it's playing.
Guys, they're merging the militaries because they can clearly see that they're not going to be able to get American soldiers to cooperate and open fire on American civilians. But they know who they can get to do it, for sure.
I'm glad she said it because I literally was trying to make a video about this.
Right, and I was speaking about this recently. I believe I mentioned it at camp that shocking. Let's see if I can get some okay. Which brothers know about should know about this, brothers and sisters out there. IDF and US merging. Controversial provision. That's the AI overview. The proposal would not merge them. It does not place US on blah. Military funding. Okay, let's bill requires or authorizes certain actions to increase defense-related cooperation. There we go. Between the US and Israel. Okay. United States Israel Defense Technology Corporation Initiative merges the US and Israeli militaries. All right, so there you go. Essentially, it sets it up for them to work together. Okay.
I didn't know how to say without the video getting struck down, but because it's not my words, we're okay. Let's move on because I wanted to talk about it. Directs the Secretary of Defense to appoint an executive agent to synchronize U.S. blank defense technology research, testing, licensing, and joint production. So this is for defense. When you think of defense, you think of being at home, right? Not offense. However, they use the word defense to classify offense and defense. Oh, we're defending ourselves by invading your country. It's that. But also, intelligence, advanced tech sharing focuses on expanding emerging fusion intelligence and battlefield data networks and expanding cooperative ventures on AI, quantum computing, autonomous systems, direct energy, and cyber warfare. Directed energy, like the dudes that the same lady was talking about when she had her hands, Amy Eskridge. Have we?
Right, and that's enough of that, right? We get a. Let's get this, and also there was something I seen. Let's see. I can't find. I literally saw something. Okay. Let's let me get the KJV. I can't find it, but I saw something in regards to soldiers admitting that they rape women. All right. While they're in wartime situations. Isaiah 13. Okay. Isaiah 13 and man. 1. The burden of Babylon, which Isaiah the son of Amos did see. Lift ye up a banner upon the high mountain. exalt the voice unto them, shake the hand that they may go into the gates of the nobles. And this is what we're doing. The prophets are shaking the hand, okay, and letting you know what's going on, right? I have commanded my sanctified ones. I have also called my mighty ones from mine anger, even them that rejoice in my highness. The noise of a multitude in the mountains, like as of a great people, a tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together. The Lord of hosts mustereth the host of the battle. All right, and now let's get this. Okay. Joel 3. Why didn't it pop up? Joel 3 and 1. For behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, which, it's a weird wording, but bring again just basically means he would turn us away from being in captivity. It says, I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat. So as I said, he's mustering the host to the battle. And I will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel. And this word plead means judge, okay? I'm almost 100% sure this is the word shapat, okay? Which means judge. Usually the blue letter is up here, okay? Let's just get blue. All right. And that's Joel 3. Turn on the Strongs. Shapat, okay? Shapat, which means to judge, to punish, okay? So there will I punish them for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land. And that's what happened to the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, which are the true biblical Israelites. We were scattered among the nations, and right now our land is parted between heathens that are fighting over it. And they have cast lots for my people, right? We were sold into slavery, and have given a boy for an harlot, yep, and sold a girl for wine that they might drink. All right, and this depicts the selling of the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. The biggest example used is the transatlantic slave trade. All right, were not boys sold for harlots? Was not a girl sold for wine? You see? So there you go, okay? But like I said, he was going to gather all nations, okay? So that's what comes to mind when I read this, okay? A tumultuous noise back over here in Isaiah 13 and 4. The noise of a multitude in the mountains, like as of a great people, a tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together. The Lord of hosts mustereth the hosts of the battle, okay? Let's see. Right. Let's see. So where was that? Where's the scripture? 16. All right. So as you can see, these things are all coming into end times, okay? All right. Will punish the world for their iniquity. Right. Let's read Isaiah 13 and 11. And I will punish the world for their evil and the wicked for their iniquity, and I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease, and I will lay low the haughtiness of the pride of the terrible. I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir, right? Because the times are coming that, a lot of men are going to perish, all right? A lot of YNs, that want to be street soldiers are going to be sent to be actual soldiers, all right? There will be a draft in America, you see? And a lot of women's husbands are going to perish. Therefore, I will shake the heavens, and the earth shall remove out of her place in the wrath of Yahweh of hosts, or of the Lord of hosts, and in the day of his fierce anger. And it shall be as the chase roe, and as the sheep that no man taketh up. They shall every man turn to his own people, and flee every one into his own land. Right? When the shit really hits the fan, a lot of these people that live here, these immigrants and stuff that are come here and for the merchandise of this great place, for the traffic that they see in America, Babylon the Great, they're gonna go back to where they from. Moabites and Ammonites and all these little, Elamites, they're gonna leave, man. Everyone that is found shall be thrust through, and everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword. It's the point I want to get. Their children also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes. Their houses shall be spoiled, and their wives ravished. Okay? And what's going to happen is, man, these Edomites, from these other nations, which it starts to make sense that this would be the IDF. All right. There's a word that I've heard before. I haven't had the Gurkha. Okay. Gurkha troops. And who knows, I'm not as, I need to learn more about this stuff. But, it makes sense about these different troops. Okay, if they come over here to the American lands, as the beginning of this clip said, okay, the Americans, and as I mentioned the other day, the American soldiers ain't going to want to really come against the inhabitants of this land. But get you some, look at this, man. Behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it. Their bows also shall dash the young men to pieces, and they shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb. Their eyes shall not spare children. You see? Come on, man. In Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, talking about the modern day Babylon, the beauty of the Chaldees' excellency shall be as when the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. Right, and we know this is talking about the modern day Babylon, because as it says here, it shall never be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation, neither shall the Arabian pitch tent there, neither shall the shepherds make their fold there. And you got, I would dare to call them the Arabians. You got the Arabians tenting there now, nigga. You've been in the ancient Babylon, all right? But this is talking about America, Babylon the Great, man. So I just kind of want to go into that, how, let me see if I can find this. IDF, great Palestinian woman in Al-Shifa Hospital. Okay. Let me get something. Let's see here. Israeli soldiers using, you see it, to force Palestinians out of West Bank. Experts say attacks also carried out by settlers are leading girls to quit school and enter early marriages, man. Israeli soldiers are using gender violence to force Palestinians from their homes in the occupied West Bank. And I saw something, man. Participants described the harassment. They spoke of watching women and girls endure humiliation and of calculating what might happen next. Now, I seen somebody said that they Israeli officials are effectively greenlighting the use of sexual violence when they decide not to prosecute the most high profile case, which is extremely well documented. I'm sorry, says there is a culture of accepting sexualized assault against Palestinians. And this is the thing, and I wish I could find it. I'm going to say soldiers admit that I'll say, let's say past week. Rape and abuse at Army Teen College. Oh, I don't want to go to Facebook. You go on to Facebook. In Sudan, sexual violence is being used. And this is, you hear stories about this all the time, man. Women as spoils of war at the end, okay. Forces advocate. I wish I could get the full title. Reported sexual assault cases climb at military academies. You know, and sexual violence. It's talking about World War II. It says 14 Israeli soldiers have been sentenced to military, and basically they filmed themselves raping, you know. All right, and if they get here, if they get on the soils of America, not being Americans, you can only imagine what's going to do, especially if we enter into martial law. All right, the scriptures don't say in vain that, you know, women are going to be ravished, man. Okay, it's a lot, yeah. You know, I was kind of impromptu on this lesson, so I should do a little more research into that. But it came to mind, you know, while I was in the midst of the lesson, that whole statement of them admitting to raping women, all right, came to my mind after the lesson started. So, yeah, so at the end of the day, all right, as the scriptures tell us, they should be like madmen, sparing none, instead of spoiling them that fear the Lord. Okay, so this is what's coming. This is what's coming, man. So, you know, it's time to get under the it's the high time. Okay. Romans 13:11 says, in that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than we believe. Okay. So, hey, man, we're getting close to those times, man. It's time to lean more into Yahweh Shem Yahushai than ever before, so that we may be defended, okay, in the times to come. All right, so I'm going to end it there. So with that, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh Shem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakah Kadash, Shalom to the elect, and Shalom.